f4, the king runs. Instead he takes, I think,
simply
d5 here, followed by d6 is very clinical. King h, king g8, d6, and that's the black king is getting hunted and white is up a lot of material. So d6 quickly played and resigned.
Handshakes, and that is it. D6 on the board. It is game over. Dingliren comes back in the match after a lot of twists and turns in this one. Jan Nepomniachtchi resigns in that position. Wow, we've got a match on our hands.
I'm impressed that Jan is willing to discuss the game after, because obviously it's such a bad moment for him in this match, and he must be completely disgusted with how it all ended today.
That was a big heartbreak moment
for him. Even though if you're a Dingliren fan, you're thrilled. I think even then you're still upset for Jan just because of how he's feeling right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's obviously very, very painful to lose in general, and especially on the biggest stage. And yeah, we saw exchange sack, queen takes h5, will likely maybe f3. I don't know. F3, d5 seems d5, bishop e5, rook e5. There's a little bit to calculate. F takes g2, king takes g2, knight f4, the king runs.
Is absolutely devastated because he had a world championship title just right there in his hands, and it just fell out of his grasp. And now all of a sudden,
round just slip out of his hand in this game 12. Jan Nepomniachtchi feeling the heat. Dingliren in driving seat is not just about losing this game and Ding striking back, but if that was to happen at this moment, Jan knowing what he messed up, Fabi, the momentum of the match will completely shift in Ding's favor with this comeback.
Yeah, it's difficult to because on the one hand, I really feel for Jan in this moment. It's clear that the pressure got to him, and I think that it got to him because he probably realized that he was on the verge of winning a game which would probably win him the match. We can't say with certainty, but with great likelihood, 2-point margin would be too much to handle. And at that very moment, when we were already calling for, maybe Jan is going to become world champion very soon, position that
maybe there was a bishop takes g6 that should have been played first, but he plays bishop b8, does Jan Nepomniachtchi, and oh my goodness,
whoa!
The evaluation went all the way up in Dingliren's favor.
Oh my goodness, what has happened? Bishop to b8, a natural defensive move, but now it is advantage Ding. What is going on here? You just pick up the rook on g6, but then there's hg6. Fabi, can you
knight
throw the
g3.
line?
There's this knight g3 tactic, like we mentioned in another position. I think it might work here. Bishop g6, pawn takes, and look, Ding looks excited, or at least he looks like he's very concentrated. Is it? But I don't know if that works out, because knight g3, fg3, fg3, and queen d2 is coming to mind. So what's going on here after queen d2?
Oh my gosh! Well, let's just pause. We all need to breathe. We all need to breathe for a second. Oops, sorry. I keep refreshing the game to the beginning.
We need to go.
We need to start from the very
position.
beginning. Position to figure out rook g8, queen e4. All this is forced. Checkmate is threatened. You have to take away this bishop. And after queen takes, queen d5 check looked very good, but the bar went back towards the center. After queen h4 here, you have this move attacking the h3 pawn. Oh, and a move has been made. It is queen to b7. And a mistake back. I will get back to this in a second, but this was a very complicated line. We'll show this later, because queen b7 was Ding's choice. He also doesn't find the best move.
Yeah, I have to say, these guys are just fried at this point. Like, they've stopped calculating. And players, they're super strong, but they're strong because they can calculate. They're not strong because they can instantly spot the best move. Nobody can. So yeah, they turned off their desire to calculate, or maybe just their tiredness caught up with them, that they don't want to exert that effort. But they're like, it's such a complex position. They're just blitzing, and I have to say, I know. So, and with 40 minutes on the clock, not like when Ding collapsed in game 7. it was shocking, but it was still very much associated with time, trouble, panic. This was unprovoked mistakes. Just pressure of the match dictated what happened in the end of this game. And now he's of course, as soon as rook takes e6 happened, he understood what he had done to his position, but it was already headed that direction. Like he had gone from completely winning to like just compare the position before b4 and before f5. It's the same position without his b and c pawns, exactly the same. He's just missing his b and c pawns. Besides that, the position is identical. We've maneuvered a lot, but the b and c pawns somehow magically disappeared from the board, and obviously something went pretty wrong for that to happen.
An absolute disaster. Every single move he's lost out on an advantage, given the chance to Ding to strike back. And did you see that? Ding actually looked at Yan. He looked at Yan there with this puzzled expression. Yan has blown this away. Rook e6 on the board. No way for Yan to come back. If f3 doesn't work, that is the third pawn that Yan has just given to Ding for free. What is this? This is supposed to be a world championship match.
And this is why Ding Liren played rook e2. That was a really subtle idea. It was just defending, of course, a pawn that was under attack. But he made it so Yan could not successfully play this active move f5. So I think that Ding Liren deserves a ton of credit. Yes, Jan Nepomniachtchi is absolutely collapsing at this stage of the World Championship Game 12. But Ding has created some problems for Jan. Jan's created problems for himself as well. And now the game is just over. There's no way to save this king.
Did you see Yan there?